middle-aged man with a mustache, sitting in the position of the head of the family. A smile from time to time evokes a smile on the corner of his mouth. He is the chief deacon of the Nye family, Nye Santilli. Because Nye Tien, the head of the family, never asked about family affairs, the current Nye family was controlled by him. However, he always had an idea to kill Nye Tien and become the real head of the Nye family. This wish will soon come true, and the Nye family will soon find out that Nye Tien is dead. The Guyuan pill that Nye Santilli sent to Nye Tien was indeed a poison pill. Next to Nye Santilli sat several old men, members of the Nye Family Elders Association, all members of the Nye family's ancestors. Brother Santilli, sign it. As long as you sign this marriage contract, the Ba family and the Nye family are one family. After the Nye family is sheltered by the Ba family, they can also live in Mojang City. Isn't it good? A voice full of sarcasm sounded. The one who spoke was an old man in Chinese clothes, looking at Nye Santilli with his nostrils turned upwards, with a look of arrogance and disdain. The old man's name is Ba Ren, the big housekeeper of the Ba family. Beside Ba Ren, there are two young people. One is Ba Xiang, the eldest young master of the Ba family, and the other is Ba Zixing, the third young master of the Ba family. He. Daughter-in-law, you are my daughter-in-law. Ba Zixing was a fool. With his fingers in his mouth, he looked at a little girl not far away, drooling. Not far from Ba Zixing, a little girl of 8 or 9 years old, with a stubborn face, bit her lip, and said angrily, "Third uncle, I will not marry him, nor will I die." This little girl was none other than a new generation of geniuses from the Nye family, Nye Tien's ninth sister, Nye Yuro. Many young warriors from the Nye family gathered outside the lobby, clenching their fists and glaring at them. The Ba family is really deceiving people too much. Not to mention the useless head of the family who hurt us. Now he actually proposes marriage to a fool, and he proposes marriage to the most talented Jiumei. It's really deceiving. This is literally hitting our Nye family in the face. This marriage must not be agreed. Alas. It's not because the head of our Nye family is a waste, otherwise, he wouldn't be riding on his neck and shit. All this is because of the waste Nye Tien. The members of the Nye family were talking in a low voice, but what made people speechless was that the final target was actually directed at Nye Tien. Nye Yuro, you are being presumptuous. Nye Santong suddenly slapped the table hard and roared, "This is the discussion hall. How dare you, a junior, interfere indiscriminately? This is my marriage. I make the decision myself. I won't get married, and I won't get married if I die." Nye Yuro was young after all. She was frightened by Nye Santilli, and she burst into tears. "I don't want to get married even if I die?" Ba Ren gave Nye Yuro a grim smile. "Miss Yuro doesn't look down on our third young master of the Ba family? Or does she look down on our Ba family?" Humph! Ba Xiang, the eldest young master of the Ba family, sneered and said, "My third brother is arrogant and handsome, which is not worthy of your little girl. Imposing and dignified." Thankfully, Ba Xiang could speak. These two words have nothing to do with Ba Zixing's 800 poles. The Nye family's warrior looked at Ba Zixing, who was still drooling and retched for a while. Seeing that the Ba family was angry, Nye Santong suddenly panicked and wanted to apologize. At this moment, a voice full of mockery suddenly sounded. "What a dignified person! Ba Xiang, what you said is really eye-opening. Open your eyes and talk nonsense to your level. No one can match it." The harsh sound fell, and Chi-Chi was stunned for a moment, then looked at the source of the sound. Outside the lobby, Nye Tien's figure appeared. He ignored all the eyes and strode into the conference hall. Seeing that it was Nye Tien, everyone was petrified. "Am I not mistaken? It's our waste family owner. Damn it! Our waste family owner actually appeared. Patriarch? What kind of shit is he? Being beaten like a bear, how can he be a patriarch, only a piece of shit?" For a moment, the crowd reacted, and the words they said were unbearable. Nye Tien ignored them, and they would find out later whether Nye Tien was a waste or not. "Yo, Who am I? It turns out to be the famous waste owner of the Nye family. You are really hard enough. You were beaten into a puddle of mud by me yesterday, and you can jump around today. What about the dead? Ba Xiang was stunned for a moment, then immediately reacted, laughing loudly, extremely proud. Once the first genius of Mojang City, became the #1 waste now and was trampled under his feet as a dog and beaten by himself, Ba Xiang couldn't help laughing when he thought about it. Hee, trash, Nye Tian trash. Ba Zixing saw Ba Xiang laughing so hard, he also followed. Ba Ren was much calmer, his face darkened, and he said Yin and Yang strangely, Brother Santilli, we are discussing two major matters. Let a waste come out to disrupt the situation. Is it inappropriate? Nye Tian didn't pay much attention to Ba Xiang and the others and stared at Nye Santilli with a pair of lingering eyes. At this time, Nye Santon's eyes were straight when he saw Nye Tian appear. Shouldn't he be dead? I watched him take the poison pill with my own eyes. How could he still be alive? What a hell! Big Deacon, are you surprised to see me, the head of the family? Nye Tian glanced at Nye Santon coldly, his face gloomy. After all, Nye Santilli was a cunning man. He stood up and stared at Nye Tian, coldly saying, Nye Tian, what are you doing here? Hurry back. You told me to go back? Nye Tian raised his head slightly and swept his cold eyes. Nye Santon's heart suddenly trembled, and the glint in Nye Tian's eyes made him tremble inexplicably. Like a lamb suddenly being stared at by a wolf, the momentary feeling of powerlessness made him fall into an ice cave. Nye Santilli calmed down, his face softened a little, and said, Nye Tian, listen to Third Uncle's words, go back and take care of your injuries. This is not the place you should come. Although he vaguely felt that things were not going well, Nye Santon forced his composure. Third Uncle? Nye Tian raised his mouth strangely and let out a sneer. The reason why he died was because of the gift of his third uncle, Nye Santilli. Nye Tian, what are you laughing at? Nye Tian laughed strangely, making Nye Santon's heart shudder. Suddenly, Nye Tian walked towards Nye Santilli, step by step, and stopped less than 1 meter away from the ladder. Nye Tian, what do you want to do? Nye Santilli sat down on the chair, inexplicably frightened. What are you doing? Nye Tian smiled playfully, and the corners of his mouth raised a cold arc. I'm the head of the family. I want you to get down from this position. I am the head of the family. When will it be your turn to sit at the head of the family and point fingers at me? Now, get off me. The deep voice resounded through the discussion hall and resounded in everyone's mind. Everyone is covered. Is this still Nye Tian? Is this still that no-nonsense piece of shit? You! Nye Santon's face changed greatly, and he roared, you are presumptuous. I am your third uncle, you have no respect. Third uncle? Nye Tian took a step forward and said word by word, you third uncle, as long as you look like an elder, I don't have to do that today. Nye Tian you? What do you mean? Nye Santilli panicked. He knew that he had exposed his poison to Nye Tianxia. Nye Tian smiled coldly and said, you know what I mean. I'm not talking nonsense with you. I'm the head of the family, and this position was originally mine. Now that I'm here, get out of here. Trash. I think you are courting death. Nye Santilli was suddenly furious, and a vicious voice rolled from his throat. At this moment, he is killing Nye Tian again. Nye Santilli stepped out on 1 foot, one arm suddenly raised, one hand clenched into an eagle's claw, aiming at Nye Tian's throat and grabbing it hard.